Friday.
Yes, happy Friday, Flex Friday. What's up, guys and girls? We're feeling great. We got a pre-show pump.
Yeah.
So ready to go.
Absolutely, man. It's always good to get that pump before the show. Me and Drew used to do it every show all the time, and it's just things have got out of hand. So you know what? Getting back to the roots, getting back to the basics here.
Yeah.
And, it's always good to get a pump in anytime you could possibly do it. Whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and if you get that 30-minute to 45-minute workout, that's even better, right?
Bring that momentum right in here.
Absolutely, for sure, 100%. So, let's get started. We got a great show for you guys. We always start off the show with the Therapy of the Week from Titan Medical Center. So, the ECA Stack Plus is the Therapy of the Week, and I'll tell you what, this helps me out every single day. How about you, Drew?
Yeah, it's actually helping me out right now. I have plenty of energy. Like I said, we cut a pump before, and I was talking his ear off as he's working out. So, it's kicking in. It's always good. And again, too, it's only 200 milligrams of caffeine, so you're not like crazy. I don't get the crash. Keeps me going all day long, and I feel great off of it. No jitters, no itchiness, no upset stomach. One capsule is simple. I mean, it's really easy to take. You don't need to bring a water bottle. You don't need to mix powders in your car and bring a funnel or use a piece of paper and make a funnel and put. You don't need to do one capsule. Ready to go.
Yeah. Let the pharmacy, make everything, put everything together in that awesome capsule. You get ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. That's real ephedrine HCl that you can only get from a pharmacy and prescribed. You can't get it over the counter. And then listen, if you have an allergy to aspirin, we can take out the aspirin too and customize the formulation in the capsule for you directly. That's what personalized medicine and regimens are all about, and that's what Titan Medical Center can do for you guys. Now, ephedrine and caffeine, if you guys don't know what these things are, they are stimulants. But these stimulants are awesome and can work synergistically together to get you guys great, fantastic weight loss effect, energy boosting, and help you boost natural metabolism every single day. And you know what? Mental clarity goes right along with that. You want to be on point what you're thinking, not slow and into it, but really on top of it.
Yeah, I was actually talking with someone last week. They go to University of Tampa, and they were asking about ECA, and I was like, I'm talking all up a storm about how it helps you work out.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I need it for class.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
As a safer alternative to Adderall, a lot of kids in high school and even college, they're taking Adderall to study. I never thought of it like that because obviously I'm not in school or anything like that, but it makes sense. If you have a night, you got to grind, you've been working all day, classes all day, now you got to grind for 4 or 5 hours, get your studying in, pop an ECA tablet, capsule, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., you could study all the way till 9, 10. And it's not going to keep you up all night either.
That's the best thing about it.
Some of these pre-workout BS powders are too strong. They keep you up all night. Or they crash. With ECA, it's a sustained energy. So if you guys work in sales, if you guys are studying, if you just want to have energy throughout the day, if you have company coming in town, you're like, oh man, if people have company coming in town, like, oh, I got to get energy for this. A woman, if you or a guy, if you're watching kids or this and that. So you need energy, not just when you're working out. If you want to have good energy, and actually, it's almost like a mood booster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel great on it.
It definitely feels like a little bit of an euphoric effect that you get from it. So you're a little bit happier. Absolutely, probably more outgoing and talkative.
Yeah, like we are right now.
It's a great thing, this is something that, can help people in a lot of different ways from their jobs, from their workout routines and natural energy every single day, excuse me. And not have to drink, garbage, like Drew said, pre-workouts and over servings of pre-workouts and caffeine and stimulants or energy drinks that might have things in it that might not be so good for you, right? So this is going to be nice and clean. You know exactly what's in it. It's coming from the pharmacy, prescribed in your name. And that's one of the best things about it, right? You know exactly what you're getting. You don't have to play around and mix some different things up that you might get, cold medicines and such.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, not good at all. So if you guys want a healthy alternative to more energy, weight loss, and energy boosting as far as mental clarity too as well, this is definitely one of the therapies for you guys. And you don't have to do any blood work to obtain the ECA Stack Plus. There are some contraindications if you have heart issues and such like that, or high blood pressure maybe if it's really, really high. But other than that, it's pretty healthy for everybody else as far as the spectrum goes.
And I don't like to use the word cheap. I like to use the word inexpensive. But it is one of the most inexpensive things we have here at Titan. So if you guys are looking for something that's not going to, break your budget or this and that, that's the cheapest, least expensive thing that we have here. And again, a safer alternative. I hear people say all the time, I'll just drink coffee. Coffee, it's natural. Coffee. Coffee is great, but it may make you use the bathroom. It may sit in your stomach. Not only that, it's destroying your teeth.
Staining them, for sure.
Everyone now has these fake, perfect white teeth with veneers.
Yes.
So, if you're drinking coffee every single day, It doesn't matter if you use a straw. I was
No.
the same way. I was like, oh, I'll just sip through a straw. It won't touch my teeth.
Yeah.
Nah, it still does.
Yeah, it does.
And it makes your breath stink. It makes your teeth yellow. And it makes you use the bathroom.
That's
so I
right.
can go on and on about the coffee. So even though it is an all-natural thing,
It is.
this is a lot better and a lot easier to use, too.
Absolutely, 100%. So all you guys have to do to obtain this therapy is fill out the new patient paperwork. You can do that over on the website, titanmedicalcenter.com. Once we get it and you submit it, we will get it and call you, and then we will set up your medical consultation with the medical provider so you can go over this and many other regimens or therapies that might help you guys out in whatever you're trying to do goal-wise. All right, so let's get into the first topic, and I thought this one was really, really cool, even though, how much is it? So the ECA Stack Plus can range from $90 to $180. That depends on how many you get. As far as one or two, you're going to take one a day or two a day, you can do that. Dosages of the medication, we have 3 different variants of it. And that's really it. So, I mean, it could be in between there. Like I said, there's a low dose, there's a high dose, and there's an ultra dose if the high dose doesn't work for you, which the high dose is very effective.
Yeah, and anybody who's a coffee drinker, whether you make coffee at home or whether you go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or wherever you go to get your coffee, Buddy Brew, whatever you go to get your coffee, you're spending a minimum of $3 a day.
Easy.
4, 5, 6.
Easy.
So if you're spending $5 a day, that's $150. You're spending a month on coffee. Like John said, $90. That's only $3 a day.
Yep.
And it's safer.
Absolutely.
And it's less, you don't have to worry about the smell and the teeth and all the things I just mentioned. So when you break it down in terms of a daily amount, it really does become cheap. It's $3 a day. I mean, you could reallocate that money. I'm not going to get a Gatorade at the gas station in the morning. I'm not going to get a coffee before I go to work. Right there, that's like $7, which would be $210 a day. So just reallocate a little bit and go safer alternative. ECA Plus is the way to go.
That's right. Definitely the way to do it, guys, for sure, 100%. He said, okay, cool, I'm going to fill out the new patient paperwork when I get back from the gym. Awesome, man. If you guys have any questions about what else we do here at Titan Medical Center, go ahead and shout it out. Me and Big Dru are happy to answer those questions for you. Anything from hormone replacement therapy, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, peptide therapies like healing peptides, sexual peptides, and weight loss peptides. We also do blood work nationwide. And don't forget libido enhancers, both males and females alike.
Anybody who fills out new patient paperwork, once you complete it, if you want a screenshot or if you want to send me a message of just, if you don't want your information, I mean, you can crop that out. But if you want to screenshot someone that says you completed it, I'm going to give you a shout out on my page.
Ooh.
So everybody that fills a new patient paperwork, screenshot it, or just say, I just recently filled out my new patient paperwork. What I'll do is I'll repost that on my story and give you guys a shout out.
Very cool. That's nice of Dru for you guys. You guys take advantage of it for sure. Big Dru, the man, following him for years. That's awesome.
Nice.
That's
Ryan.
awesome.
Was that Ryan?
Ryan, yeah, Ryan Kozar.
Nice. I appreciate
Nice.
the love, Ryan. Appreciate
Big
it.
shout out. That's awesome. And big shout out to everybody that's on here joining us every single Friday, 2 p.m. We love you guys, and thank you for the support. The next one. So this one was really, really cool. So Biden overhauls U.S. policy on marijuana. Pardons prior federal offenses.
I think it's a good thing.
I think it's definitely
Marijuana
a good
is it's not a deadly drug. It's not quote unquote a violent drug.
Yeah.
What I mean by a violent drug is people can take certain drugs, whether it's a pill, whether they smoke it, inject it. It can make them violent. It can make them do things they wouldn't do.
Right.
Marijuana, not so much. I
Right.
mean, you may get a little lethargic. You may get a little hungry. You may get a little bit more aware of stuff.
Yeah.
But again, so a lot of these people that are in prison where they're pardoning on people like, oh, they're sending all these crazy people or,
It's convicted
guys,
felons or whatever it is.
but these aren't mass murderers. These
Right.
these aren't pedophiles, murderers that they're letting back out on the street to destroy the society.
Right.
Medical marijuana is becoming more and more, popular. Certain states are all out legal now.
Recreational,
Yeah, recreational. So I mean, I think this is a great look by Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Biden for doing this. A lot of people are literally just sitting in prison because, I mean, and it could be small amounts. I mean, if you look at Brittany Griner right now is literally in a Russian prison over a vape marijuana THC pen.
Yeah.
Over half a gram of oil, which is a little bit. And the thing is she may have got that legally. She may have her medical card. She made everything the right way, and since they saw it, they took it. So let's see if Biden can get her out.
Yeah,
let's see if he can get her out. Now he's part of all this stuff.
Too well, but at that point, here, I mean, it's really crazy, and to the point of people are still in jail for these offenses. Hopefully, these guys will get out really quick once he does this. And I'm not a big Biden fan, but I will give credit where credit's due into this. I think that's a good thing that he's doing. And just with this offense, I think that. And then think about all the other people that have already had the drug offenses, served the time, and now they're out. They're convicted felons. And when you go fill out an employment application, you have to check on there whether you're a convicted felon or not.
Yeah.
And no employer is supposed to discriminate against why they're going to hire you if that is yes or no, right?
Right.
But let's be honest. There's probably employers out there, if they see this on an application, they're not going to want to hire you, okay?
And there's no way to prove that that's the reason why. They'll just be like, oh, we found a better fit.
Better candidate, whatever it is. I mean, there's all types of excuses you can give to that, but with this, it removes that from their background as far as when they run a background check on somebody, and they can finally put on there that no, I'm not convicted or I'm pardoned. I mean, it's a big thing that I think will help a lot of people out there. And I think, listen, marijuana should not be a Schedule I drug. It's not fentanyl. It's not heroin. It's not cocaine. It's not a hard drug, even like MDMA. Now they're seeing medical purpose for that, but it's not one of these hard drugs like fentanyl that's going to kill somebody if they just take in a little bit. I mean, one thing
with this too that's good is it's not going to push people back into criminal activity. Yeah. A lot of people go to jail. They realize that they messed up in jail. They say, when I get out, I'm going to get my life together. Yeah. So they get out and they literally just go from place to place, filling out applications. They literally just want to be a normal person in society and work. Right. And once they see, no, because of those convictions, because of those felonies, after all, they're like, you know what? I have to do what I was doing before to get this money. Right. So it's going to stop people from going back to jail when they get out. Now, this is your clean slate. Right. Now, if they get out and do something stupid, sell a fentanyl or something crazy, then they deserve to go back to jail.
Of course.
But a lot of these people, it's basically giving them a second chance and giving them an opportunity to actually, not go back to that criminal activity. Because that's what always happens. Yeah. Not always, but I mean, a lot of happens. Guy goes to prison, gets out. Girl goes to prison, gets out. They have a felony. They try to go legit for a couple months, and once they realize, I'm not going to be able to get to work anywhere, then they go right back to it. Right. So this is great look by Biden. Great look. It's going to free up a lot.
The other thing about this is like, the marijuana growers that were like, let's say they were indicted or in prison or whatever it was, some of those guys really know what they're doing, right? And obviously marijuana is a thing now where a lot of patients need marijuana, so they want the best possible marijuana they can get. And some of these guys had some really, really good information or have grown really, really good plants in the past. Now, what they were doing was, because if you had a felony, you couldn't get the medical dispensary put in your name, right? You couldn't buy the licensing and all this, whereas they would consult for these companies to get paid like that. Now these guys can actually go back in there and maybe get the license for the dispensary and be an owner, which is really cool. It's just more opportunity, I guess, for people to get in the line of work that best suits them, right? If they're a good marijuana farmer or maker or grower, I guess, and that's really, really cool, I guess. So anything to get us better marijuana for our patients out there and people that use it. Yeah. Right?
It's a safe way, too. It's definitely a safe way.
All right. So the next one. NFL ends Pro Bowl, skills competition, and flag game instead. What do you think about this?
I don't want to see anything flag at a Pro Bowl or any NFL, anything that's NFL related, unless it's something for the kids that they do on a weekend activity. They also have the real game. Yeah. I don't want to see any flag. I mean, this is like, what next?
Yeah, what are we talking about here? So the Pro Bowl was initially started in 1951. And this was basically, you had both American and the national AFC and the national NFC. Basically, they would play these games. It was like an all-star game.
Yeah, basically an NFL pro football all-star game.
That's it. That's what it was, right? And the 2023 games are going to be held in Vegas, which before, the majority of the time, I think it was from the 70s to 2009, it was in Hawaii. So that was a big thing. Like, if you got picked for the Pro Bowl, that was, that's obviously like you're one of the best in the league at that position, right? Now, people would come out to this weekend and want to see their favorite players. Now, of course, these players weren't like playing to kill each other out there, but it was good to see them on the field and like all those names on one team, right? It was like, man, this is like the super team of what it was that year. Yeah. So this is kind of crazy. I don't really like it. They're the NFL, they're reaching a week-long skills competition, a flag football game. The new event will be renamed the Pro Bowl Games and will feature AFC and NFC players showcasing their favorite football and non-football skills and challenges over several days.
This is almost like a charity event, or like it's turning.
It's crazy, right?
It's bad because I feel also bad. I look at every angle. I look at the people in Hawaii that used to go to that every year.
Yes.
A lot of people in Hawaii have never left Hawaii.
Yeah, I know.
That's so far away. It's like it's 1,000. It's so far away.
Yeah.
A lot of people every year they're like, okay, I can't get to the NFL games, But once the Pro Bowl comes to Hawaii, I can come watch the Pro Bowl. So
Right.
there are people that have literally been going to the Pro Bowl that live in Hawaii. You know, people, a lot of Polynesian people and people that live in Hawaii. They've been going to the Pro Bowl every year for like 20 years. It's like a annual thing.
Right.
Oh, the Pro. Now they're taking it away, and not only
Right.
that, they're taking the game away.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I miss seeing the Pro Bowl. I've never been, but I miss watching it. You know, you see the announcers. They got all the Hawaiian shirts on.
The lays.
And everything is just like the whole Hawaiian. Like,
Yeah, the
I
feel,
miss that.
vibe.
Yeah, and it
that's
was like
cool.
the game was good. The Hawaii Stadium. I remember the stadium. They had one of the stadiums that could actually move.
Yeah.
The stadium used to shift and all this stuff. Now, flag football and
Yeah.
what other skills do you have? Sounds like a reality show.
I think, when we talk about this too, like, Pro Bowls and stuff like that, like dads would probably take their families out there, kids out there, their sons, whatever it is. Listen, Hawaii is awesome to go to, right? I've never been there, but I've seen people, I know people have gone there. I'm going to go there one time in my life. But, that's like a real, real nice spot. When we talk about Las Vegas, okay, we're talking about gamblers. Let's be honest. Prostitutes are out there, clubbing. And there's cool things in Vegas too. Don't get me wrong. And Vegas is hot, but it's not the same feel. It's not to me, Las Vegas is not a family-oriented city.
Sin City is not a good place.
It's
to have
Sin
a
City,
Pro
right?
Bowl.
I mean, come on. What happens in Vegas stays in Las Vegas, right? So, I mean, this is a whole different thing. And since Las Vegas has got a team, it's been really weird. It's because Las Vegas have never had a team before, and that was because listen, there's gambling. There's probably mob guys in there still tied in, and we know what's happened in the past with players getting caught up with some of these guys and getting underneath their thumb, and throwing games, whatever it is. I mean, this is a Pro Bowl, but still, like, when we talk about it, it's just still kind of weird to me, the whole, having professional teams in Vegas because of what goes on there, I guess, But it is what it is. We'll see how this is. Peyton Manning and his little production crew, Omaha Production, will be shaping the program and promote the event's content throughout the week. Manning is a 4-time Pro Bowl pick himself.
14,
excuse
times,
me,
yeah.
not 4. 14, yes. I mean, this guy was awesome too. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see what the challenges are. I'm really anxious to see what the non-challenges are. Because, I mean, I guess the challenge will be okay.
Yeah.
But flag football, I really don't want to see that. Yeah.
See, I'm so stubborn I won't even watch it just because I'm mad that they're not having the real
Yeah.
game. Like, I'm stubborn like that. I don't want to watch flag football. If I want to watch flag football, I'll go watch a flag football game around here.
Yeah.
Or I'll do a YouTube search or something and find another flag football. Because I'm sure there are really competitive flag football
Yes.
leagues, but those guys aren't in the NFL.
Right.
I want to see hitting. I want to see
Yes.
real football on a grass field or turf
Yes.
field. Real football.
Yes, I mean it's really crazy. Flag football should be made for kids. I know there's adults that play flag football too as well. That's fine, competitively, whatever it is. But for this, the NFL, they're hitting. They don't play flag football.
Yeah,
in
this
the
isn't
NFL.
gym. This isn't gym class. This is not PE. Football. That's what we used to play when I was in school. Like, let's play flag football.
It almost makes me feel like that they're detouring real football. Yeah. And what I mean by that is this. And I was talking to Drew about it earlier. So my son just switched schools recently. He was in one county, which was Pasco County for Land O'Lakes, and he just moved over to Hillsborough County at Ben Hill. So in Pasco County, he's grew up there 6th and 7th grade. Now, there they have a football team, competitive middle school football team that hits, right? They do hitting when they play other schools. Move over to Ben Hill. He's going to try out. And I say, hey, listen, one of the football tryouts. And they kind of laughed at me like, what are we talking about? Like, that's not till spring. Football in spring is kind of weird. And so the tackle, they looked at me really, really funny. The guy had 3 heads. Mm. They're like, no. They're like, it's flag. I'm like, what do you mean it's flag? In middle school it's flag? Yeah. They're like, yeah. I'm like, this is kind of different, So I don't know what they're trying to get at. I mean, flag football is all right, but it's not regular football. Mm. And to have a flag football game, are you telling people maybe they should be playing flag football instead of this?
Yeah. I don't know. See, when I was in middle school, they had football, but it wasn't like the school football team.
Okay.
Like everyone in
Pop Warner?
No, it wasn't Pop Warner. It was actually like we had a team, but it wasn't like basically in the yearbook they didn't have our pictures.
Really?
They had everything else, but they didn't have our pictures. So I'm like in middle school, I see it happening a lot where they just don't have football. But a lot of schools they'll just like have an organization that competes. So all the kids at that middle school play for that team, so it seems like it's for them, but it's not actually for the team.
They do have that here.
Yeah.
They have it.
Yeah.
Pop Warner usually is what they got with these guys, like
or
Pasco Predators or whatever it is.
Or I know Tampa has a lot of, I mean, that's where a lot of the good middle school players that come out of Pop Warner, a lot of them are getting, like, recruited to IMG and all these other schools. But they should have, in this day and age, they should have major sports, at all those schools. If the school can afford it, or if a lot of schools budget-wise, they can't have certain sports. They'll have to cut out certain sports. But major sports like football, baseball, basketball, track and field. If you're up north, hockey.
Wrestling's program's pretty big.
Wrestling, big. Women's volleyball. Men's volleyball a little bit, maybe high school, but not so much middle school.
See, I've never seen a men's volleyball team until I came down here at the middle school. I've never seen a guy, like in my school back where I was at before, up north and all that. We never had a men's volleyball team. There was always a females volleyball team, but never a men's. So I've never seen it. So I'm kind of interested in how that's going to go and see who's going to be playing that.
Yeah, the thing, too, is a lot of those volleyball players for men, I mean, if you're 6'8", you got a 40-inch vertical, you're going in the basketball court.
For sure.
We're not just going to use you to spike a volleyball.
No.
But there are insane athletes in volleyball. If you look at, like, these guys over, I mean, their chest is over the net. They're, like, crazy. Sure. But then again, not over here. Yeah. Soccer's huge over there, too. Yeah. Over here, it's not that big.
I don't mind playing volleyball on the beach. It's fun and competition. But if I had to play that or another sport, let's say it was basketball, whatever, I'm definitely playing basketball.
I'll play baseball over volleyball or anything.
Yeah, anything pretty much, right? All right, cool. So let's go.
Nothing wrong with volleyball, though.
Nothing wrong with volleyball. I like volleyball. I just, in sports in school, if I had to pick between one of the major sports and that, I'd probably play the major sports. Yeah. But hey, listen, you know what? That might be an opening for somebody that wants to get a scholarship per se, and at that point they go to they go and they play high school volleyball as a male, and then at that point get recruited to college. All right, so let's go to Botox influences the control of emotions in the brain.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I thought that was huge because not only can it control the muscle, the movement of where it's injected, paralyzes the movement. Now it can control your emotion, your brain can make you feel better, can help with anxiety. This is all new to me. I didn't know any of this. I mean, if you're injecting it, a lot of people get Botox in the face and the forehead. Yeah, if they're injecting it close to your brain, but I mean, is it going to get to the crazy point where they inject the brain?
I hope not.
I mean, it could get to that point.
Yeah, no, it could. I mean, it could definitely get to that point.
All these people that have Botox, I mean, I see they're in a great mood. Yeah. But I'm thinking it's because they got their Botox, but maybe it does have an effect on your mood. So
it's like a neurotoxin.
Yeah.
So it's like snake venom. That's what it is, and paralyzes.
Numbs the pain of your. Not only numbs the pain like Novocaine would, like on an actual thing, but it numbs the pain of your mind.
Botox actually it's used for a couple different things. Obviously, it's FDA approved for headaches too as well. You bet you didn't know that. The other thing it does is if you sweat, if you have sweating problems, wherever it is. Some people have in their palms, some people have their armpits. Yeah. Some people have it on their feet, and they can actually use Botox to make sure that doesn't happen, which is it's kind of cool, man. It's really kind of cool.
I could use it on I didn't know about the hands. Yeah. I'm going through chalk after chalk in the gym. I put some in my hands.
You can put any of the pores. I mean, I don't know how it'll feel going in, but
that's why I'm always pounding hands really sweaty. So, I didn't know that.
It's pretty cool, at that point. So obviously, listen, these medications or other medications could possibly be used for other things that could help people out there. So it's really cool to see Botox because it's been around for so long and it's used for wrinkles in the face and that.
It's great. It's great because just like what it says, if it's injected into your forehead, it can alleviate depression. It can help with negative emotions, help with people with borderline personality disorder. So, I mean, or people that suffer from extreme mood swings, like people that go from one extreme to the other, it can help with that too. So, guys or girls, it works for both people. So,
really cool, man. Really cool.
I never knew this until now. I always thought it was just gets rid of the wrinkles in between your eyes or the crows. What do they call it? The crows.
Crow's feet.
Yeah, crow's feet.
I mean, I've known about the face, I've known about the headaches and stuff like that, and the sweating portion. This is the first time where I really read about depression and negative emotions, like borderline personality disorder. I mean, that's pretty serious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool. So hopefully, there's more study and research done on this, and maybe this will get FDA approved for antidepressant or depression medications instead of depression medications. Jeez. All right. Next one. Study. Consuming too much artificial sweeteners increases risk of stroke and heart disease. So I thought this was really, really something important to talk about today because, people out there, they're trying to get a healthier way to intake, let's say it's soda or their favorite sugary item, whatever it is. And, they don't want to have real sugar. They don't want calories and stuff like this. So artificial sweeteners have came into play. And artificial sweeteners, whether it's a Diet Coke that you're intaking, or something like a packet, because you can get a packet of artificial sweeteners and you're putting in your coffee per se, or tea, or whatever it may be. You're thinking that you're doing a healthier choice for yourself. And this is really cool because, basically there's people out there that consume this, and honestly, the younger people, I say younger than us, consume more artificial sweeteners than us older people do. I don't know why that is, because
I think maybe it's because they have so many options. Like growing up, we didn't have 0, 0, 0. Now there's 0 everything. I have stuff that's 0 sugar-free barbecue sauce. I have sugar-free stuff. So I think the younger people are used to seeing their, I don't know, they just have more options. When I went to the store, there was like 3 different kinds of Gatorade. There was no 0. Yeah. There was even like 5 different kinds of deodorant. Now there's like so many options for everything. Oh, yeah. And especially in the fitness world where people like sugar is so, it's like the devil. Sugar is so bad. So in the bodybuilding world, people have sugar-free barbecue sauce, sugar-free soda, and add Splenda or stevia to all their meals, and everything is just, so they don't really realize. But I challenge some of you guys to track how much of that you're taking in a day. Like, it could be literally 7 cups of Splenda. Like literally 7 measured cups. Too much. Way too much over the course of a day, and that's not that much. I'm bad with it too. I need to cut down on my sweetener. I got honey now, so I'll use honey in my shakes as opposed to so cane sugar from honey. Good thing to go. Now they have sugar-free honey. I don't know if you've seen honey. They have sugar-free honey. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what's in it. But when I go to get my honey, I see it and it says sugar. What? I don't want that.
Natural. That's not natural.
It's not natural at all. All it is basically a sucralose or like a Splenda stevia, but it's probably like in a gel liquid syrup type form. So it looks, and it's like the color of honey. I'll take a picture and send it to you guys. But it's crazy. Like they have sugar-free everything, and like John said, it could cause more.
So this was cool about this. We can talk about this all day, and there's always been a really big debate about, are artificial sweeteners good for you, bad for you? They don't cause cardiovascular risk. They do, whatever. So this was cool because obviously, like studies, it backs up, especially really controlled studies, and a big mass and volume of studies. So the study included over 100,000 adults, averaging the age of 42 years. Nearly 80% of the participants were female. And we're talking about cardiovascular disease, stroke, and heart disease, which usually you talk about a guy but cardiovascular disease and that are one of the highest things as far as death rates across the country for males and females. So that's really crazy. So when they filled out their questionnaire after disclosing their consumptions of artificial sweeteners, researchers found that 37% of participants consumed artificial sweeteners in some form. About 42 milligrams per day was the average, or a single packet of table sweetener. Okay. As for high consumers, people nearly reported double the consumption, with 78 milligrams per day. Low consumers consumed approximately 8 milligrams per day. So that's barely nothing.
So one packet is how many milligrams?
42 milligrams.
Okay, just to give you guys an idea, when I used to use a lot of Splenda, I would use 10. No, I would use. No, the thing is no, because I would do my shakes, and my shake is about 20 to 22 ounces. It's thick. 2 cups of egg whites, oatmeal, all that stuff. And I have like a little scooper it scoops the same amount as the packet. I would do either 7 to 10 scoops, depending on the fruit that were in there. Now, you guys hear 7 scoops, you're like, well, that's way too much. But when you taste it, it didn't really taste that sweet.
Right.
I can go drink some sugar-free garbage protein in the gas station, and it'll taste sweeter than this. So when people hear it, they're like, oh, wow. Now, think about this. If I use 2 packets in a cup of water, and in my coffee, that's only 8 ounces. Yeah. So if I'm only using, most people use about 2 to 3 packets in their coffee. True. That's 8 ounces. So multiply that times 3, 24 ounces. Yeah. Now we're looking at, almost 10 packets of Splenda. So that's what I was doing like twice a day. Yeah. That's just the shakes. Yeah. I needed to hear that because that's crazy, I needed to hear that.
Research also noted that younger adults tended to consume higher quantities of artificial sweeteners, yet consume fewer calories. After the following the data of these 100,000 plus participants for nearly 10 years, So it wasn't like a week study, it wasn't a month study, it wasn't just a 1 year study. 10 years. Researchers found that high consumers of artificial sweeteners had a 9% higher risk of cardiovascular disease compared to the people who didn't consume any artificial sweeteners. And you're saying 9%. It's getting up there though. When you're almost 10%, man, that's a lot. You know, take a 10% or 9% of $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking about $90,000, $100,000.
That means 9,000 of those 100,000 people had.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, additionally, the people who were in the top percentage of artificial sweeteners consumption had an 18% higher risk of stroke or another type of cerebral vascular disease compared to the people who didn't touch the stuff. So think about that, right? So if you're on the higher end of consuming this artificial sweeteners, this could go up to 18% as far as increasing your risk for problems cardiovascular-wise and cerebrovascular-wise. So at that point, you know, I would look at what you're intaking as far as artificial sweeteners, and is sugar that bad? Now, obviously, sugar is not the best thing for you, okay? It's going to increase the sugar that's in the bloodstream, the glucose levels, and this can put you at a higher risk for diabetes, cardiovascular disease as well. So you want to make sure that, you know, whatever you're doing, it has some sort of balance to it. But maybe the cane sugar or honey, real honey.
not and make sure it's cane sugar.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people go and they'll go down the aisle with the seasonings and spices and they'll just, sugar, and they'll just grab a bag of, you know, grocery store brand or whatever. Make sure it's cane sugar. Or if you're getting honey, if it's all natural, unfiltered raw honey, that's obviously cane sugar as well. But make sure there's different types of salts. There's different types of sugars. Absolutely. Don't go get some cheap table salt that's, you know, iodines or whatever. That's bleached out. You want to get some pink salt or even some black salt. So there's different types of salt, different types of sugar. Make sure you pick the right one. Absolutely.
And if you don't know what, you know, artificial sweeteners you're looking at here, let's name a couple. Aspartame, that's an equal or NutraSweet if you're taking in that. Saccharin, which is in Sweet and Low and Sugar Twin. Sucralose, which is Splenda. And Neotane. These are 4 main ones that I see all the time. There are other ones out there, but those are the 4 that I see all the time.
Yeah, I see stevia too.
Yeah.
Stevia
is another one, but it's a different kind of sweetener.
Stevia is more of a natural.
Yeah, it's a natural sweetener. It comes from the stevia leaf, where these artificial sweeteners do not. So it's a good sugar substitute. It's a novel sweetener. That's what it is. Natural sweeteners, we talked about maple syrup, honey, molasses. Those are big ones. And 2 big ones that have gained popularity in recent news is coconut sugar or agave nectar.
I was just going to say agave.
Those are good ones.
Agave is good.
Those are good ones.
And also, guys, you can get sugar from your fruit as well too. That's
true.
Natural sugar.
That's the best way you can get.
If you're looking for sugar, if you're like, I need a sugar, I need a clean sugar. You know, pineapple's high in sugar, watermelon's high in sugar. There's a lot of fruits are high in sugar, and even some vegetables have sugar as well, just not as much. So.
Yeah. So this is good. So moderation is key. Remember that overall. That's the best thing to do. Moderation. Whether you're taking in these artificial sweeteners, you say, I can't live without them, or you're taking any other kind of cane sugar, whatever it is, you know, just be moderate about what you're intaking. Have balance, right? Because that's what it's all about. Don't overdo on anything.
Or if you want to stop using, like what I'm doing right now, I'm like literally slowing everything down. Don't go from one extreme to the other. If you're used to using like me 4, 5, 10 packets multiple times a day, or if you're used to doing that, don't just say, okay, I watched the video or I did the research, I'm not having, and just stop, because you might get discouraged. So if you're doing, say, 5 packets with your coffee or whatever you put it on, bring it down to 3 for a couple of weeks, then bring it down to 1 for a couple of weeks, and then wean off. It's very hard to just if you have the willpower to just stop, I applaud you.
That's the best.
But try to wean off of it. Otherwise, you'll get discouraged. You'll go right back into it. Anything you do.
Try to stay away from sugars. Nighttime, I might get some sugar cravings and stuff like that.
No, this guy never has sugar.
But I try not to. I try cookies. Listen,
one time he ever had sugar is Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah, Haagen-Dazs ice cream. I like ice cream too. So I mean, if I get that, but I try to moderate that too as well.
Yeah, but you're not eating it all the time.
Not all the time.
Very
Absolutely
rarely,
not. Absolutely not. It's good. It's got to be there, and it's got to be the right time, right? But that's what it is. And the only reason I do that is because I'm conscious now. Because I used to be a sugar fiend, and my dad has diabetes. I don't want to be in that boat. So listen, I can be at a higher risk for that. At that point, I want to make sure that I'm going to be good. I can control my sugars. But listen, if you guys are having problems with controlling your sugars, there are different things out there that can help you with this and with weight loss. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I'm thinking in my mind, this leads right into it. So when we talk about sugar levels, we talk about hemoglobin A1Cs. Because if you go get a blood test and you get a comprehensive metabolic panel, and that's what usually general practitioners run, we run here on patients right away, that's going to tell you your fasting glucose. That means right then and there when they pull your blood, what the sugar levels are in your body. And if you ate before that blood test or had any sugary items or whatever it may be, that is going to skew the test. So you might not get a proper result. And that's going to show you what it is right then and there. But if you do a hemoglobin A1C, which we also offer here at Titan Medical Center, it's a 3-month blood sugar average. So it doesn't matter if you fast or not before that blood test or eat something before that blood test. It's going to give you a 3-month reading of what your blood sugars are. Now, that 3-month average is going to tell you where you fall in the line of pre-diabetic, non-diabetic, you have diabetes type 2, and at that point, it's going to tell you if you need help or not. Now, there's other medications out there like our Aries injectable weight loss therapy, semaglutide, and other ones like metformin and other drugs out there. They can actually help you lower the sugar that's in your bloodstream, right, and bring down the hemoglobin A1C. This is going to cause, if you do this, to get in a normal range where you want to be at, because if it's too high, you're going to have deteriorations of the cells and other negative health things are going to happen to you. So that's one thing. Plus, weight loss comes right along with that. So if you guys are looking for something like that, or you're on some drug that you think is not working, your hemoglobin A1C is high, check into the injectable Aries weight loss therapy from Titan Medical Center, semaglutide. Sorry, I just had to add that in. So Bellissima said, sorry, I'm late. What are you guys discussing? So we discussed all kinds of great things today, didn't we, Drew?
Yeah, we discussed ECA as therapy of the week. We discussed how Botox influences emotion. NFL ends the Pro Bowl. Biden overhauls U.S. policy on marijuana and pardon all prior federal offenses. And the one we just touched up on right now is consuming too much artificial sweeteners increases the risk of stroke and heart disease. So Bellissima, if you have any questions about any of these topics we were talking about, but we were talking about consuming too much artificial sweeteners on this last topic, and this one's a pretty big one, I think, because you see it everywhere. Even when me and Drew were talking earlier, we've seen Sunkiss, it had no sugar, zero sugar, right? Zero was the biggest thing. I know the first one was Powerade. Powerade had zero. When I first got in my whole zero sugar-free craze, I was like, oh, Powerade has zero. Powerade. Now Gatorade has zero. Now Coke has zero. Pepsi has zero. Sunkiss has zero. Barbecues has zero. So just because it says zero sugar like we've been talking about doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. Do your research and go with cane sugar, honey, and natural fruit.
Yes. What's good, Dan Wheeler? Big shout to Dan Wheeler, bro. I hope all is well. So just be cautious of what you're saying. And like I said, the front of labels are the advertising and marketing to pull you in to buy the product.
Look at that white nutrition facts label on the back.
And ingredients.
Ingredients. And guys, if you don't know, when you're looking at the ingredients, the first ingredient, that's what's most in there. So if first ingredient, if you read says sugar, or the first ingredient you read says salt or anything like that, that means there's more of that than anything else in there. So if the healthy stuff is towards the back end of the ingredients, then there's not that much in there.
Right. So just be careful and teach your kids too as well, right? This is one thing you should be doing for your kids to make their life better. Teach them good eating habits, what's healthy for them, what's not healthy for them. Now, it's kind of hard, right? So we were talking about this earlier too. When Peter was younger, my son, I tried to get it so he would not eat any of this garbage, right? But once they get a taste of it, whether it's a grandparent that does it and takes them, or when they get in school, obviously, kids got there and there's not good food sources at all schools. They can buy some of these things and then they get the taste for it. And sugar is like almost an addiction. You start, you just want to keep going. But I if you are in that boat where you think you're addicted to sugar, you have to have it all the time. Get off of it, and then once you get off for about a week or two, you won't crave it. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Not only that, sugar destroys your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I've had teeth issues and all that because I've been chewing on candy my whole life, and sugar can also destroy your teeth. Now, Bellissima had a good question. She's asking if alcohol, beer, or any type of alcohol can have an interaction with the semaglutide, because it does make you feel nauseous. I don't necessarily think it was the alcohol or the beer.
No.
Semaglutide can have that, but again, John can touch base on that and give you an idea how you could avoid that problem.
So she says that she's on the injectable Aries weight loss therapy, semaglutide with us. And asked about the beer and alcohol, like Drew said. That shouldn't interact with it at all. If you drink a whole bunch of alcohol, you might feel nauseated, right? But this is not the case with you. So, yes, semaglutide can make you a little nauseated. Depending on, this is your first injection, because you usually take 10 units for the first 4 weeks. So let me know where you're at there. But they should have sent you out some ginger capsules with B complex in there, right? Or B6, excuse me. And at that point, you should be able to take those. If you are still getting nauseated, then I want you to call or text the office and let them know that you're still getting nauseated. Some people get nausea and some people don't, and usually the ginger and the B6 capsules take care of that problem. Or if you've had past your 3 or 4 shots, usually you start getting used to the medication, you can go up and tear up. But if you're still getting nausea, call or text us. There is another therapy that we can give you that will take away the nausea for sure, 100%. Okay? The only reason we don't send it out with every patient right away is because we don't want these patients overdoing and overtaking these things that they don't need to take per se, right? Or might not need to. But yeah, so let us know how it's going on the semaglutide. Is it your first week, second week? And what are you feeling otherwise? Are you the hunger spell is going away? Where you at? Let us know. We always like to hear about that.
Yeah, if you just take that middle part out, like I'm reading your comment, it says, or your question, it says, can beer and alcohol in small amounts have an interaction make you feel sick? That right there alone can make you feel nauseous.
Yeah.
So if you take out that top line, it just says, if I were to just ask anybody, can beer and alcohol in small amounts make you feel sick or nauseous? Yeah. They would say yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be either one of the two.
Yeah.
But I'm not really a beer drinker like that, so I wouldn't know. But again, like what John says, we got plenty of stuff for that. That ginger cap, that B6, I'm hearing that's working wonders.
Yeah, that goes out with every patient. Usually that does do the trick if they are getting a little bit of nausea. And you're usually supposed to take it before you do the injection. That way, if you won't feel the nausea if you're going to get it anyway.
Now, is the nausea something that goes away because your body's adjusts? Yeah. So if you guys could stick it out, just know that, okay, it may make you feel nauseous. If it were me, I'd probably just stick it out. If I know that that's what's making me nauseous, okay, it might make me a little nauseous. I'll probably stick it out just a little bit, And just if I didn't know what it was, then I'd probably be paranoid.
This is awesome.
But if I'm like, okay, it would be this and this.
So
and that.
she just wrote again. She said, I love it. She says she loves semaglutide.
8th week.
It's her 8th week.
2
the
months.
hunger is curbed, just the nausea. But I didn't always take the pills you gave. So that's the key there. He's taking those pills along with it. Yeah. And if you still have the nausea, like I said, you call or text the office. We're here for you. And we'll make sure that we get you out something that will cover the nausea if you are still having it, right? But I'm ready to go on my next second 10-week round. So thank you.
Nice.
That's awesome. We love hearing this.
Yeah.
And honestly, guys, since we brought this therapy out, all I've been hearing and getting is great positive feedback about this. It's really too good to be true in my eyes.
I have yet to hear anybody that says that they're not like over happy, ecstatic about it.
It works. That's the thing about it. It will work 100%. Big shout to Whole Knot Law. What's up, brother?
Holden.
And Dan Wheeler, Monday I have an appointment to get new blood work done. Next stop is HRT. Super excited. Dan, the gains are going to be coming. We're going to get Dan a 6-pack, get him all nice and leaned up, ready to go. Dan likes to stay, I think he told me between 225, 250 right there is where I think we're at right now. So we'll get you going. We'll get you rocking and rolling, man. He's been dedicated, man. That's one thing about Dan.
If you've never done HRT, you're going to feel amazing.
Yeah, it's going to change.
You're going to feel how you felt 20 years ago, probably.
Yeah, you're going to love it, dude. I promise you. Yeah. And Bosiama, did we get to send you out a Titan tank top yet? If not, I want you to call or text the line, 727-389-3220, and tell them, say, John said I could have a free tank top. Can you please send one out to me? And we'll make sure we get you out a tank top, too, as well, so you have one, so you can look good, feel good, and perform better, and look the best you possibly can with that Titan tank top on.
And once you get the Titan tank top, take a pic, tag us, or even send it to me, and I'll post it on my page, and give you a shout out and say this girl's using Aries, she loves it, give us a call, blah blah blah. We like to give you guys shout outs.
Absolutely.
If you guys shout us out, we like to give shout outs back.
For sure.
It goes both ways, and we just snowball that.
Yeah, man, for sure. We definitely want to see you guys' results too. So if you want to do it before and after, or you want to just talk about your results, that's awesome. People would love to hear it.
I could watch transformations all day.
All day.
We had a transformation challenge every day. I love that.
All day. And one will be coming up for you guys. So at that point, we are going to do a Titan transformation challenge, probably in the new year. We already ran one this last year, and Power Billy was the winner on Instagram. That's his tag name. And man, his transformation is still going.
Yeah.
This dude went from a huge gut, overweight, like crazy, 6-pack.
And now he has like a transformation he won the transformation, and now he has another transformation from that. Like
ridiculous.
He's looking like a competitive bodybuilder.
Ridiculous.
Right now. Cuts everywhere, and
6 months of free therapies probably helped out a little bit in that too, right?
But you hit it on the head.
But the dedication has to be there. You could take all these therapies except for semaglutide. That's one I don't like to say, but it's really don't have to do
Guaranteed
too much.
weight loss. Yeah,
You know,
guaranteed
so,
weight loss.
but building muscle and stuff like that, getting six packs. That really requires dedication and working hard towards that goal. It just doesn't happen for anybody out there. So, yeah, man, it's awesome. Dan Wheeler said, yeah, I see myself being a Titan model one day. We'll see the transformation, dude. Let's do it. And then he looks amazing from where he started from. He does. He definitely does. Power Billy has went amazing a distance as far as where he's went as far as results.
Yeah. Power Belly and Jessica. Jessica's one of the
Jessica too.
Jessica's looking great too. And she's keeping it up. I love seeing people keep it up.
Yep.
A lot of times people do a transformation, they feel great, they look great, and they kind of slowly fall back into how they used to look. I love when they keep it going or even get better like Power Belly.
Yes, they get better. That's even more motivating, man. It's like, holy cow, like this guy got to this point, you think he'd be like, oh, I'm good here. Let me just maintain. No, he's still on the path, right?
It doesn't matter what you do in life, whether it's food, nutrition, family, employment, financial. If you're doing better than last year, you're doing good.
Absolutely.
You always want to be doing better. You don't want to stay in the same.
Yeah, never
thing.
stagnant.
Always want to be better.
Absolutely. All right, so let's finish it up. We got 2022 Titan events. We got a couple more for the rest of this year. 10/22, we got Hurricane Pro in St. Petersburg at the Coliseum with Tim Gardner and Tim Gardner Productions. Titan Medical Center will be there in full effect. We'll be there in full effect, giving away awesome Titan gear, signing people up as far as to get our newsletter, and at that point, taking pictures with you guys and answering any questions you guys may have. Come out, meet us, join us, talk with us. It'll be a hell of a time, I promise you. After that, 11/6, we'll be down in Orlando, Florida for Festival of Speed at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando. Beautiful property, beautiful rides. Titan Medical Center will be bringing out the fleet out there, and me, Big Dru, and some of the Titanettes will be out there giving away stuff. Sharice is going to MC the event again like she did last time in St. Petersburg. That's going to be really cool. She's always, you never know what she's going to say.
Yeah, they love Sharice.
They love her. You never know.
And we got new addition to the fleet, too.
So new ride's going to come wrapped, hopefully. And at that point, we might have 3 rides out there. Instead of just the Titan Lambo and the Titan C8, we might have a new bad boy coming up in the ranks.
It's pretty mean.
Major horsepower, big body.
Pretty mean, yeah.
We'll wait for the unveiling so you guys can see it properly in its wrapped form of Titan Medical Center.
I'll give you guys a hint. You'll hear it.
Oh, yeah.
You'll definitely hear it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All the way from the bats of hell.
Yeah.
After that, 12/3, we got Cars and Couture with Donna Crowley. That's going to be an awesome fashion show, high-end fashion show, and car event. So it'll only be high-end cars. There won't be a whole bunch of cars there, but I would say probably about 20 or 30 Lambos, Bentleys, Rolls Royces, and so on. But it's going to be really, really cool. Always a great event, always for charity there too as well. 12/15 and 12/18, Olympia in Las Vegas. We're coming for you, Nevada, full blast. The O, yes, we will be there in full effect. I got to pick the booth out here. Actually, after the show, they sent me the floor plan. Awesome, I can't wait. Titan Medical Center's videos will be on the main stage too as well, playing.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal for us. 30-second spots we're going to be putting up there.
Backdrop?
Yeah, backdrop will be there too as well.
Nice.
We will be there. We'll be on the posters and everything else. So really looking forward to this. It's a huge event. A lot of investment on our end, but I think it's going to pay off tremendously, and it's going to be something. That's something a goal that we work towards. And I never knew we were going to be at Olympia in Las Vegas at Expo.
Yes.
Every time I came to Olympia before that, when we first started Titan, I'm like, man, to travel out here, do all this, holy cow, that's a lot. But we're at that level finally. It's pretty cool to see, and we've done a couple here in Orlando, but it's not going to be like the one in Las Vegas. Las Vegas is going to be out of control.
It's going to be out of control, and I'm saying, Kai, come by the booth. We saw you last year. We didn't really have that much time. We caught you on the way out, this and that. Yeah. Come by the booth. We'd love to see you. Anybody else who's coming by the booth, just come by. You don't need to be invited. You don't need to be, come by the booth. We love having people come. We love having influencers come, regular people, celebrities. Everybody's welcome at the booth. Yeah. And again, you can get a free T-shirt. All you have to do is touch the iPad and give us your email, and you get a free T-shirt.
Yeah, it's real simple, real easy. They're high quality.
Yeah.
Right? And we might have
plenty of them.
Yeah, oh yeah. We're going to have plenty of them for sure. We might even have some commemorative Titan Medical Center Olympia shirts. Drew had a great idea for that, putting the O or the symbol on there, and then doing a contest afterwards for one of you guys that get it and post up on social media after Olympia. We'll have something maybe special for you guys. So I'm working on that. Hopefully it'll get done. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to work on it as hard as I possibly can to maybe get that done.
And one thing I want to do too is I want to get like a huge group picture. So when we're passing out these T-shirts in Olympia, and everybody has T-shirts, I want to get like 50 to 100 people all wearing the Titan shirts, and we're not even going to be in the picture. I want to take a picture of all the people that have come by getting the shirts,
Yep.
and I want to take that and post it or put it up somewhere. Because we always wear the Titan stuff.
Yep.
All of our athletes, we always wear the Titan stuff.
Yep.
But the regular people that come by that aren't necessarily an athlete or an ambassador,
Yep.
that just come by and show us love and get a t-shirt, I want to get a huge picture with like 100 people all wearing the Titan t-shirts,
Yep.
holding up the bags, all that stuff.
That's right.
We want to start giving you guys love because you guys give us love.
Yes, for sure. Creole, all my life, 504. I'm still work in progress, going to stay consistent. That's what it's about, man. Being consistent every single day and holding yourself accountable. Holding out, let's say Hellcat. So, yeah. So, it's a Challenger Hellcat, a Red-Eye Hellcat jailbreak. Got it, made sure all done up. So, it's going to look mean in that blue. It was going to change it up. I was thinking, I even had the guy do another markup of like PPF matte black on it with like white writing. And the blue just popped a lot more. I'll show you when
Or
we're
black
done.
with the blue writing, but you might not see it.
It won't see it. Yeah. So
that wouldn't be Titan.
That's what
Black
I
with
said.
Black with the it looks
That's what I
great,
said.
but it just doesn't. It wouldn't match.
It wouldn't be Titan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's
It'd be like people be like, "Oh, what's that? A new Titan?"
Yeah,
It's not the blue.
Yeah. That's not the real Titan. Yeah. So I had to go back to it. I'm like, man, it pops a lot better. It just looks a lot better, and that's who we are, right? So I'm not gonna stray from who we are. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I think that's it. If you guys are interested in any of the therapies or anything we talked about today, please call or text us at 727-389-3220. Check out the website, titanmedical.com. Anything else, Drew?
That's pretty much it. Again, we service all the U.S. except for Idaho.
That's correct.
But if you guys live in Idaho and you have someone with an address in another state, it's perfectly legal. We can send it to them too.
Yep.
Just need to verify all the addresses. Make sure you hit the bell so you're notified on YouTube. Check us out on the podcast, Facebook, Instagram, Titan Medical, and also Titan Medical 2.0. And again, we're back here every week, 2 p.m. Eastern Time for Titan Lifestyle.